Yo, what up, Nyagas? It's your boy Philco here. And yes, I say Nyagas. Does that make me racist? If you think so, you're fucking oversensitive. Get out of here, don't watch this video. But anyway, this video is going to be about blacks versus the system. Because a lot of times when I complain about things that go on in the black neighborhood, like the typical black areas like high crime, underage pregnancy, violence, I gotta get on that twice, welfare, stuff like that. I always kind of complain about it because I'm not just like, oh, black people, we suck. It's like, hey, we're fucking up here. Let's try to stop it. Let's try to talk to our friends and make sure they will try to stop it as well so we can get on our feet, you know what I mean? So, here, I'm going to talk about blacks versus the system because a lot of times I mention these things, people are so quick to say, it's because of the system, it's because of the system. So let me tell you this. This is how I'm just going to open up. Are we more powerful than the system as a people? No, we're not. Are you united as a people? No, I'm talking about in America. No, we're not. So what the fuck is complaining about the system's going to do when we can't change it? We're not going to change it. We're not powerful enough. We're not. Don't give me shit about Obama being in office. He did hook us up to healthcare. But don't give me shit like he's improving Chicago and Detroit. Don't you dare. We are generally powerless to changing the system. Sure, we have a little persuasion, but we're generally powerless to changing the system. We've been like this for years. Civil rights, all that stuff, sure, but it all comes down to if the white people didn't say, okay, let's do it, they wouldn't have done it. Martin Luther King had a lot of white help. But us, as like Malcolm X, I believe he didn't have anywhere near as much white help of Martin Luther King did. He didn't have anywhere near that much. But the fact is, see the difference? When it's mostly black, you don't get that much shit done. When you have white assistants, you get a lot more shit done. You understand? That's why Martin Luther King is celebrated and Malcolm X isn't by, the school system. You understand? So being that, knowing all those facts basically, what is the point of always complaining about the system instead of adjusting to the system so it won't affect us as much as it does? So let's say it's harder for a black person to get a job. Let's just say that's how it is. Should we just keep, it's harder for us to get a job. It's harder for us to get a job. So should we keep complaining about it, blaming the system and protesting? Or should we 20% protest, 80% study harder to make up for that unfairness? So would you rather just go around complaining all the time or do something to make up for that unfairness? What is the point in always blaming the system when, okay, let's say you're right, it's the system's fault. Where does that get you? Really, where does that get you? The first thing wrong with every black community is, with the vast majority of them, is high crime. Fucking high crime. Now you could say all day it's because the government, the system's putting guns, they're putting drugs, they're doing all this, they're doing all that, blah, blah, blah. But in the end of the day, nobody's making us kill us but us. Whether you like it or not, nobody's making us kill us but us. And because everyone's so afraid of looking racist, it's not spoken about as much, anywhere near as much as it should be. We're like committing genocide here. Point your finger at the system, but we're going to keep dying. If you point the finger at us, and especially the black people around you, you might start changing shit. You see the difference? Because you have way more persuasion over the people around you than you'll ever have on the system. So I don't see the point of always the system. I don't get it. And then when it comes to the whole welfare thing, the one thing I hate the most that some black people say, whenever I hear them say it, I really want to just cut them in half. I hate hearing it more than you can imagine. And the saying is, there's more white people on welfare than black people. Whenever I hear that, I get pissed. I gotta come up with a good response. I think I'm gonna start saying, yeah, and more white people read books than black people. And it's like, oh, you're fucking racist. I'm like, no, dick face. It's because there's more white people in the country, ass. They should do that. They should be doing everything more than we're doing. Because there's more of them than us, they should be doing everything more. Welfare, prison, reading, showering, anything they should be doing more than us because there's more of them. What matters isn't pure numbers, it's percentage of the people. And when it comes to percentage, there's more of us on welfare than them. And like I said before about welfare, a lot of Jews are on welfare. You think these Jews are just sitting on welfare and relaxing like a lot of black people do? You crazy? These niggas is on welfare and starting businesses at the same time. Not all of them, but a lot of them are on welfare and starting businesses at the same time with their people. We're just, welfare, don't want a man in the house, might ruin it. Don't want to get a job, might ruin my wealth. It's such a trap. All that welfare and maybe even that other thing, unemployment. Those things are kind of traps, They these things actually make people not work because they don't want to lose that free money. But what we got to start realizing as adults is getting money's good, but basically it's like similar to that story. You give a man a fish, he can eat for a day. You teach a man a fish, he can eat forever. It's similar to that because if you're just used to getting money and you're not building a career or doing something productive with your time to make money on your own, you're not building over time. You're not building yourself, you're not building money on your own, and you're not building skill. You know what I mean? You're not building it. So if you'd rather just sit there and collect money for 5 years instead of work hard and make money for 5 years, you're gonna, for those 5 years, once that money runs out, you gotta start all over and try to get some money probably from minimum wage. But for someone who worked for those 5 years, has something on his resume, has skills, has experience, so actually it pays off. Being lazy won't pay off. Being lazy with your free time just getting money will not pay off in the future because you're going to realize you have no skills and there's nothing you can do and there's nothing special about you. There's something special about everybody. I think a lot of people are just scared to realize it or they're too lazy to realize it. There's something special about every single fucking person watching this video. You're just too lazy to realize it. You're too lazy. It could be the craziest thing in the world. Who knows what it is? You know what I mean? You could be off somewhere living in Alaska, the best ice sculpture ever or something. You just don't realize it because you never tried and you don't give enough of a fuck. You really don't know what it is. Man, if 5 years ago someone would tell me, yeah, you'll become a popular YouTube blogger, you'll be able to travel throughout the whole country of Russia at will, and all you do shows, and all, I wouldn't believe you. I'm like, you fucking crazy. That sounds fun, but you're crazy, and now I'm here. So, it's kind of weird how that happens, and I like how, before I came here, I forgot the guy's name, but he was a popular YouTuber. I was hanging out with my black friend, this dude. We're going to make a video series together, but he fucking disappeared. I don't know where this guy went. His name was Chris. He's a good-looking black American dude. I knew girls would like him, but he just fucking disappeared on me, man. We were supposed to do mad shit together. And he was showing me videos of some guy, this black guy who was making YouTube videos, and I don't know. I just remember him wearing a Mario hat or something, and there was a dramatic play, and he was playing all these different characters, and one of them was Mario, and then somebody got shot. You guys should know him. He's a black dude who's very popular. But the thing about this guy was that he was so popular on YouTube, he started doing a world tour. And I remember when I heard that, I was like, shit, that's fucking impossible to do from YouTube. That's what I said. I was like, yo, it's impossible to do that shit from YouTube. You know what I mean? It's impossible. And this is things right here, like YouTube and stuff like this, is stuff that the system can't stop you from doing. The system can't stop you from doing it. This is your free time. This is your creativity that pays off. So he was doing world tours and going to all these countries and going around America and all this stuff. I was like, who's going to pay for a YouTuber to do that? That's what I thought. Long and behold, I'm doing similar shit. I'm in Russia mostly, but first time I'm leaving Russia on a tour, going to Ukraine. Yeah, perfect timing. I had deals to Ukraine before, but because of the war and stuff, they kind of canceled it. But it's back now. They don't give a fuck, so we're going for it. If yo nigga die and World War III started, I didn't do it. They invited me. They put the money in my face, so what am I going to do? And I would say another thing is, when we see one of us messing up, I believe it's important for us to figure out, you gotta know the person. You gotta figure out a way to check that person in the most comfortable way for that person to hear it. It's really important for us to check the people next to us and to keep them in check without being intimidating or offending them, basically. It's important because if you figure out how to keep all your friends in check or give them some advice without offending them, you'll be a very helpful person in their lives. Thank you. You'll be a very helpful person in their lives. Because I wish I had more people to check me coming up. But honestly, me and my friends were just bugging out and hanging out. So I didn't really get that. I didn't really get it. And the system, I was never on welfare, but I was on unemployment because I was an actor. And that shit made me lazy as fuck. I sat there, how many years on unemployment? Maybe 2 years. And sometimes I wouldn't go do acting work because if I did too much acting work, I wouldn't get unemployment for that week. You know, and it's just vicious, man. That was bad of me. You know, I wasted a lot of years, but I'm happy things are going okay now. And that's basically it, people. Blacks versus the system. And don't forget, if you ever feel the system's holding you down, you can't do anything, your creativity can always go past the system. You don't even have to work in America. You don't have to do that. Your creativity can pass it. There's a lot of basketball players out here playing basketball, get girls doing all this fun shit all the time because they worked in their craft and they're good at basketball and they left the fucking country. They don't have to deal with the bullshit. You understand? You don't have to deal with anything. Your creativity can take you away from any negativity in your life. Just your creativity. Some people have it naturally, some people have to work on it. But I advise you to work on it because if you have something naturally, you'll discover it anyway. So just work on something. And so you don't have to worry about the system too fucking much. And just get used to working so your body's used to being busy. And your mind. And that's it, people. I'm out. Later. Yeah.